I read with great interest one of the major Chicago newspapers a couple of days ago that pretty much said, if you oppose this bill, it must mean you're in the pockets of the teachers' unions. I didn't hear any comment about teachers here today. This has been a good and rational debate about kids. You can disagree with this bill and not have it have anything to do with teachers' unions. You could just believe in a strong public education system. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a sacred responsibility to educate kids, and we haven't done it well. We have a sacred responsibility that we have failed. But it is our responsibility. Shirking it off to others is not our responsibility. Our job is to uplift public education. If there are bad schools in the city and other places in the state, instead of taking the best and brightest out of those schools and moving them to other schools, making those schools even less good than they were before, so that those who can't escape those schools have a worse school to stay in, let's find the money to send an army of teachers to those schools and improve them. Let's not let people escape those schools. Let's improve those schools. And so we have a responsibility that we've failed. We all acknowledge that. Maybe instead of a voucher bill for some kids, we ought to dismantle the entire public school system and find a way together to revisit it, and to find a way together to improve public schools all across the state of Illinois so that those kids in Mr. Duncan's district don't have to suffer the way they are today. Our responsibility is to uplift. Ours is not to do anything else. If we want to work together and improve and create a revolution in public education, we can do that together, even with the scant resources we have. We can bring people to the table and do that. This, while well-intentioned and certainly will improve the education for the few, will hurt the education for the many. We have a responsibility under our Constitution to educate public school kids. To educate public school kids. Our first and most sacred responsibility. And to take public dollars, no matter how well-intentioned, to send them off to private schools when there are other students that need our help that would remain in those public schools is, in my view, a dereliction of our duty and a avoiding of our responsibility. Let's not give up on the kids that are in our public school system. Let's make it better for them, and I don't believe this bill does it. I would urge no votes.